Hey guys, welcome back. Got a pretty sweet rifle here today. Got something that may just look like a standard, 98 long rifle, but it's actually pretty sweet and pretty lucky to get an opportunity to handle and fire one today. We got the Persian model 98-29 Mauser here today, and like I said, it looks kind of like your standard 98 long rifle until you look at the details. The long rifles were made in Czechoslovakia on a contract with the Persians or the Iranians, back when they were still allies with the Western world, before the 70s, before the dark times. And anyway, so this was the main rifle of the Persian army at one point, right around World War II and thereafter, and a lot of guard units used them afterwards. Palace guards and stuff, I've seen pictures where they're using these. They came out with the carbine later, but this was the most widely used. And 10-15 years ago, these could be had for $300-400 bucks, and now you'd be lucky to find one at 7 or 8 in this good a shape, especially with the matching bolt and everything. And this thing's just in beautiful shape. The stock's beautiful. Everything about this rifle is just gorgeous. So we'll kind of get in on the details now. Show you the crest on the top of the rifle. It's the Persian crest at that time. I would assume the Ayatollah is the one that pertains to. You got some Farsi codes right there. And then you can see that the bolt's got the Farsi numerals on there. And then on the left side of the receiver, got a bunch of Farsi. I'm pretty sure that's the model designation. I'm not sure what it says. Somebody that can read that will probably be able to translate it. And you got the serial number on the receiver, and it matches the bolt. Floor plate doesn't look like it's numbered. It's got the locking screws. The stock has got also a matching number, which is really cool. Not sure what those characters mean, but you've got 07919, and I'm not sure what that one is because I know how to do Arabic, but that's pretty neat. We've got all this. This is kind of interesting too. The numbers are all Arabic numerals, so I just thought that was kind of neat as well. You've got the H-style front band with the cleaning rod. I don't know if the cleaning rod's got a serial on it. This is one of the Samco imports. You can see right there the import mark. Samco had these at one point. I remember seeing them and kind of kicking myself in the ass right now for not buying one. But then you got the front sight, which is actually really cool. It's got the fins around it to protect it, and it's got the inverted V, but it's a lot easier to line up with this V notch in the back with the front sight wings on it. So that's just a little bit of a history lesson. It fires the 8mm, 8x57 millimeter. Just like most other 98 Mausers that weren't South American or Spanish related. So we'll be shooting this today. We're gonna shoot it at about 100 to 110 yards. There's a couple targets out there, and then we've got a bunch of clay pigeons set up on a hillside. We're gonna see how many we can take out with this thing. Apparently these things are some of the most accurate, well-made Mausers in the family. So I've never shot one before, so we're gonna find out today. Let's get to it. All right, we are set up now at about 100 yards. I'm gonna do a bunch of clay pigeons up because they pissed me off today, so their time is officially here. If you can't see it on the camera, there's probably about 30 or 40 clay pigeons on that hill randomly. I'm gonna see how many we can take out using this. Just load it. I don't have any chargers, so you have to do this the old-fashioned way. It holds 5 rounds with one in the tube, so I'll get 5 in the magazine, and then get one of the two. This is just 50s Yugo, standard 196 grain heavy ball. So the stuff's made to shoot. Most long 98s are made to shoot that. All right, so we got 6 rounds. Good way to break the extractor. Won't be doing that much. I'm gonna throw my ears in first because this is an 8mm. It's gonna have a bit of a snap to it. And here we go. That sight's really easy to use. Haven't hit one yet. Kind of being a doofus. Haha, shot in the middle of 2 of them and they both blew up. Awesome. All right, there's the other one, the lone wolf. This is the left of it. It extracts like a charm. This thing's awesome. Nailed it! See that thing blow up? Awesome. Alright, we'll move on to the next one. I'll load 5 more up. It's kind of fun to shoot this thing. The sights make it great. Feels like a Gewehr 98, but loving the sights. Really easy to acquire the target. Line it up. Nailed it. Clays are kind of hard to hit, but they sure are fun when you do hit them. Ah. Round did go in, right?
Yeah.
All right. Just making sure. It's old ammo. Sometimes it'll cook off. Primer won't be good. I'm gonna try another hit on the primer. That's why you don't screw around with that stuff. That's why I usually give it 2 hits. Some of the 50s Yugo stuff, no matter how strong your spring is, it's gonna take one or more than one hit to set off the primer. So a lot of the stuff that people say is just junk. Well, try hitting the primer twice. All right, last round. We'll go up and get a target set just to see how this thing groups a little bit. Ah, that one survived, just to the left. Beautiful day in lovely North Carolina here. Starting to get a little sunny out, a little bit windy, so I apologize if there's any wind in the video. We're trying to, you know, address that and make it so you don't get a lot of wind. Know how annoying that is. Yeah, I'm really a big fan of this thing so far. After we do some more shooting, we'll give you a little bit more little fun facts on the history of this thing and other models. Pretty cool. Nailed it. Yeah, this thing's accurate as shit. Got 4 left. Means 4 more dead targets. Nailed it! Ah, right next to her. Last shot. Haha! Go figure. Just missed her. Alright, we'll let another guy take a couple shots and then we're gonna move on to the little bit more background on this thing and some more fun facts.
Flinched there.
Oh yeah, me too. It's not the rifle's problem, it's the ammo, the primers. Nice. Pretty smooth ride, huh?
Oh yeah. Love this gun.
Okay, it's a little bit of a after review on the Persian M98 29. Thought it was a smooth ride. You know, it's pretty much, if you ever handled or fired a Czech 98-22, this thing's like a refined, improved version of it. You know, you've got the straight bolt still, which I love on a large ring 98. Just something about it that's just easier to, you know, grab onto instead of the curved handle. The crest is great. It's a beautiful gun. Like, it looks pretty as well as, you know, it's functional as hell. And then the front sight again. It's kind of interesting that this is the only kind of front sight where you have those fins that are identical to that. I've never seen another Mauser that's got those fins that way. And that's one way you can identify the Persian Mausers from, say, a Swedish or, you know, another carbine or a Spanish carbine that's got that. I have a friend who has a Persian 98-29. It's one of the first years they ever made it for the Iranians. and they don't have the fins on it. It's just like a 98-22 where it's just got the blade, which is pretty interesting because they didn't make a whole hell of a lot of those. And it's a, you know, it's the same thing as this, just without the fins. So that's why I love milsters. I mean, there's so many variations. Even with this, I mean, Iran used her Persia, same thing, you know, to me. So you know what I'm saying if I say both. They had 3 versions of the Mauser. One was kind of a really short little cavalry carbine that had a saddle ring. I forgot the designation on it. I know somebody knows and they'll post it, so I appreciate that in advance. Then they had one that was kind of a mid-length, like a K98 or an M48, and that was, again, forgot the nomenclature. I know what they look like, I've seen them, but it's just kind of hard to keep track of all these numbers, especially when these are so uncommon. But anyway, then they had this one, so they had the long one. So they had three lengths of rifles that they used. And what's really neat about this is in the Quran, when a cleric or another religious figure is giving or having mass, for some reason there's a weapon of the day, whether it be a scimitar, falchion in the olden days, or a rifle. And you'd think that, you know, given the current state of the countries in that region using the AK, they'd have the AK as being the weapon of the day when they're giving their blessing. But in Iran, you can go look this up on the internet, even still today, the weapon of the day is the Persian 98-29. And they love them. I love it. I can see why they love it. It's just a beautiful, elegant looking rifle. And when you think of some, you know, Persian warrior, at least what I think of, the old school Middle Eastern badasses that you really don't want to screw with, I think a guy holding one of these would scare me a hell of a lot more than a guy with an AK. So that's just my opinion. Just looking at this, elegant. You can hit someone from 1,000 yards with this thing. They're still using them. I saw a picture of I believe it was an older Kurdish gentleman that was fighting ISIS in the early stages of that shit show. And he's sitting up on a berm overlooking a city, and he's got a 98-29. I only knew because of the front sight. And I mean, they're still being used today. So it's some cool history. I've never seen one of these in person before. And they don't show up that often. There's not many people that really have them. Or if they do have them, they might not know what they are because they look just like another large ring Mauser, except for the couple details. You might think it's Turkish or something. So hey, if you get lucky, you can get one of these as a Turkish Mauser for 200 bucks. By all means, do it. They're awesome. I had a great time shooting this today, and hopefully we'll see you next time. If you like this, go ahead and like and subscribe, comment with your thoughts, and we had a great time shooting this today. Really accurate, really nice gun. Thanks for watching, guys.